All right. Let's see. Trying to see what the volume I should put this at. There we go. Hello, hello. I'll start in a second. Trying to get some small things tweaked. Oh shit, I just realized I should probably change that cover there, but... Alright, hold up. You can listen to music for a second. I'm gonna change the, I gotta change the stream symbol, or the stream thumbnail. I realized I didn't change it. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Alright. There we go. Should be good. I just got back from school. That's well, I remember school. It was a fucking awful ass experience. Anyway, I thought why not do a stream of one of these because I was bored and I thought it could be interesting. Also, if you hear any like noises in the background, I'm eating a sandwich. So, all right, let's get. So I just found this random tier list. Basically, I found this random tier list of just matchups that I could rank because why not? So let's get actually one more tier. One more tier list I gotta make on here. Gotta be. I sure bury the light. Ugh. Okay, so next one, Kira versus Adachi. Big Sexy. I guess I should explain here. Big Sexy is massive, big peepee energy. Basically, it is the best for both. It is a cool ass idea, and it would be awesome. That's the basic premise for this. Hot is it's good, but I don't care. I'm not super invested into it. Neutral is just neutral, and is like it's fine, but it's not terrible. And then this tier is pretty much self-explanatory. So anyway, Mater versus Aizen. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll put that in the hot tier. I think I prefer Aizen versus Sephi a bit more now because I like the idea of the two fighting. Okay, next up, Akame versus absolute shit. Like holy fuck. This is probably the worst, fucking awful Killua idea. I'd rather do a matchup where it matches Killua's fighting style, and the character he's being put up against is actually cool and not boring. But yeah, like just for this, just do Black Star versus Killua and Akame versus Kitana from DC, because those are actually unironically really good. I think anime and manga are both kind of smelly cheeseburger. Anyway, Han versus Akuma. This might be unpopular, but I do like it. I think it's a cool idea, but it's not my preferred for Akuma. I like the idea of Khan and Akuma throwing down. It just sounds cool, and the theme of it works. Ultimate final bosses of two of the most iconic fighting games of all time. So I'd be fine with it. It's not my preferred. I prefer Akuma versus Rao. Yeah, Johnson, J.K. Onsen. How do you pronounce? I'm gonna call you Johnson, for because why not? Yeah, Akuma dies in both his matchups, in my opinion. It's Rao's the closest one, but Muso Tensei Gober. Yeah, Ant-Man versus Adam. One of the coolest Marvel versus DC fights, besides Your Mommy versus Triangle and Black Lips. Next, I have no opinion on this, so I'm just gonna put this here. Okay, Ash versus Yugi, that shit trash. Like, holy fuck. God, I don't know why people want this. I understand. Actually, scratch that. I understand why. But fucking. Why Ash and Yugi specifically? If you want a Pokemon versus Yu Gi Oh idea, there's another. There's a way better one you can do that has a way better dynamic to it. Like, the match I'm referring to, by the way, is N versus Kaiba. That's the one I'd be fine with, but I think Yu-Gi-Oh in general in Death Battle is just kind of icky. Speaking of shit, I'm gonna put this here because it's also shit. Actually, I would probably put this. I'll give it credit. It's out of the list right now. This is probably the least shit in terms of connections, to a degree. I Shakshla. Was Ash versus Yugi? Okay, no. Ash versus Yugi was never confirmed. Like, ever. There is no confirmation. Yeah, what trash he said. And another thing, if any Ash matchup is gonna happen, the most likely one is Ash versus Nate from Yokai Watch. Because fucking researchers have interest in it. And that's the funniest thing about it. Which I would take over Yugi by a huge margin. Nostalgia Critic versus Angry Video Gamer. I like it. I'm not super big on it, but I do like it. Yeah, they actually also showed interest in Ash versus Lucy. Shigo versus Azula. I actually like this idea. Sounds interesting. Anyway, next up, have next up we have good old Morgan versus Bayonetta. Sorry, I was trying to think for a second. At least Ash versus Lucy could be entertaining. This is going here. Bayonetta does not need a run back. Yeah, more Bayonetta does not need a run back, and I have no idea what the connections are for this, other than they make me want to have my balls stepped on by them. But anyway, BB Hood versus Taka. Eh, I'm fine with it existing, but I'm not a huge fan of it. I'd rather have Peacock fight someone who can match the squash and stretch style, or at least what era she is. Yeah, no, it's a she. I was thinking for a second. I'm like, I'd like Peacock versus Cuphead because it sounds really goofy. I built versus Discord. That one I think I'm gonna go ahead and put. I'll put it before this. That's pretty accurate. Not much to say about Bill versus. I like it as an idea, and I also, ironically, I like two ideas for Bill. That being, Discord or Shumagorath. And ironically, Shumagorath works about as well as Discord, if not better, which is again hilarious. Anyway, this one, Black Lips, as I like to call it. We don't need, it's cool. So, and it was DBX. Black Cat versus Catwoman. I understand the reason. Actually, don't. I'll just be neutral on it. I understand if they'll do it at some point. But to be honest with you, I just find it kind of boring to a degree. Like, it makes sense. Don't get that wrong. But at the same time, it's fucking boring. Rain, Blood Rain versus Blade. I'm gonna put that neutral too. I'm fine with any Blade idea. I just prefer Anderson, and I'm not opposed to this. That one's already done. This one I'm fine with. I'm neutral on it as an idea. You or Mickey versus Bugs. They've shown interest in it, but I really have no. I would just rather do Donald versus Daffy if you want a Looney Tunes versus Oh hey, look, it's down here, right here. You know what, I'll put this up here. This is my preferred Looney Tunes versus Disney. Let's see what else we got here. We got Mulver's Carnage, shit trash. Don't need to explain why. It's literally just red Angie. I know Bugs versus Mickey is somewhat confirmed, but I really don't care. I think it's boring. It's the most option you can go with. Sam's was awful. Or is an awful idea for Bill. Shumagorath at least matches his backstory and who he is as a character to where it works. It's my preferred for Bill, actually, Shumagorath. Culver Salix. I am neutral on it. I don't have any attachment to either one personally, so I can't really say much to it. Or fucking Alex. Cuphead versus Bendy, trash. Oh look, we're doing back-to-back trash matchup. Gon versus Deku is fucking horrible. Like, holy. You know, this is going at the very end. I would rather take Maul versus Carnage over that. Like, Gon versus Deku is fucking horrible. The only connections for it are literally just Herder, Green, and Punch Good. I shit you not. It is those are the only things to it. And I'm just yeah, Deku in general is just a shit tier character. He's one of the worst anime protagonists I've seen. He's such a whiny bitch, man. Why? Anyway, just do Gon versus Lucas. Hunter x Hunter has been out for years. Dude, it's not up and coming. I'm pretty sure it's just on hiatus right now because the creator is like, yo, this last arc was messy as hell. Uh, Space Godzilla versus Destroya. Understandable, but not interesting. And Jimmy versus Dexter, my favorite cartoon fight idea. Nightshade, those are literally the most stretched connections I've seen. No offense, man. Like, that's why I don't like it. You have to stretch so hard in order to make it good. Gon versus Lucas has connections, dude. It has more than Deku, that's for damn sure. And it's more interesting than Deku ever will be. His powers are so boring. Oh Jesus, why are you gonna give in listen, I like an Invincible W, like it. I like Deku murder, but that's a bit too far even for me. Alright, so Disney Princess Battle Royale. This is actually gonna get I'm interested in it. I'm gonna put it up here. I think in terms of a fight in a battle royale, it could be interesting. Nightshade, you're literally describing 90% of anime protagonists. Aaron versus anyway, Aaron versus Kim. I'm neutral on it. It's a cool idea. I don't care who either one fights. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. He did bring someone back from the dead. Incredibles versus Mr. or for the Fantastic Four. Honestly, I think this idea is probably my favorite. I like the Incredibles versus the Fantastic Four because it sounds super interesting. Nightshade, that is also every anime protagonist. Anyway, the Incredibles and the Fantastic Four are super similar to one another, and their powers bounce very well off each other. Like Bob going up against Ben would be one of the coolest things to see. Mr. or Elastigirl versus Mr. Fantastic, Dash versus Blaze, and then you have Violet versus Susan Storm. It's an utter stomp for the Fantastic Four, but I think it's the best matchups for every single one of those characters overall. I'm sorry, I'm seeing numerous things. I see Pennywise. What exactly were you referring to there? Oh, I presume you're referring to Freddy versus Pennywise, which also goes in shit. That shit trash. Doomsday versus Van Gogh is shit too, but anyway. Next up, we have Father Squared, going top tier. It's funny that it's somewhat thematic, and the powers should be funny too, or actually interact with one another. Pennywise's true form, depending on who you talk to, is he, or depending on what you buy, is either non-standard and he can't access it unless he's in the Dark Tower. You buy that he can use it any time, then kind of weird. Anyway, Mordecai and Rigger and Jane also talk. Two of my favorite shows from Cartoon Network fighting each other. Father versus Ozai shit. Oh, did it actually, Gumball? Eric, Gumball, since you're here, congratulations, you're also special now. I don't care about Luz as a character, so I don't really give a fuck about it. Alright, Megatron vs. I don't know where the fuck. I want to put it here, here, or here, because I really don't have. You know, honestly, I think I'm just gonna put it in I get it. I get it, but I'm not a huge. I'm not super dedicated to it. Plus, recently there was a couple Megatron matchups that actually just came up that sound even better than the refrigerator. Like, Trashy, since you're here, allow me to spread the good word of Megatron versus Sinestro. Which I think is Megatron's best idea. And I also find it pretty hilarious that Megatron stomps the shit out of Frieza now. I'm reading chat right now. Sinestro will probably collapse, but if you don't give him Parallax, he dies to Megatron, because Megatron gets extremely high. Why? Because unironically, it's weird. It's weirdly decent thematic. The fight dynamic sounds a bit better than Frieza. Yes, there is Unicron scaling for Megatron, depending on what version you use, but that's not even needed. There's something he got recently that's basically standard for all timelines. This one, I'll put this one neutral. I like Gandalf versus Dumbledore, but I'm not a huge fan of it either. So, alright, Gray Fox versus Genji, also neutral on it. Cyborg ninjas, very cool, but not super interested in Gray Fox. Gumball, don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare say anything, man. Don't you dare. Don't do it. I don't know who said that. I don't remember seeing anything about that. Shodan versus GLaDOS. Do. Do. I don't really need to say much else about that. Goku Blank's first Splash. Very cool. It's a fun idea, and I would like to see. Speaking of which, another idea. I don't care what anyone says, Goku and Superman fighting different people is so awkward and is so weird. it basically is a sin in its own right. Don't don't put Goku or Superman against other people. Is Klonoa in this tier list? I'm pretty sure Raven versus Klonoa is on here. Looking, I'm not seeing it. I guess not. Anyway, Guile versus Jax. I'm neutral on this one. I'd be fine with it. It did happen, but it's not my preferred either for Jax. I do want Goku to die again because it would be cool. It would be interesting to see the animation. When someone, but can he be Goku? Yes. Kirk versus Han. Very cool. I like this thing because I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, and my bias is ginormous. Uh, I don't know. Please, for the love of God, no. Happened. Let me go through this list and see what ideas have happened. Oh, this happened. This is gonna happen. This is going in going here for obvious reasons. What else we got? Okay, we are good. All right, let's go back to the tier list. Why? No, please. I get it, but no. Sure, Gumball. What do you need? Or what are you gonna send me? Oh wait, is Steven versus Star on here? Did I skip over it? Oh, it is. My bad, Chief. There we go. Perfect. Maddie, no, I don't. All right, Maui versus Hercules. I get it, but I like King Shark. I like King Shark more for Maui, which is funny as hell. We got Broski write a song. They already did Shadow vs Ryuko? Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, let me just ta-da. Alright, bam. There we go. Now the list is perfect. For the love of God, don't do Spawn versus Hellboy. Like, at that point, I'd take Ghost Rider. Why do you, I hate Shadow vs. Ryuko? Alright. Alright, kids, story time now on why I absolutely hate Shadow vs. Ryuko. I think it's probably it's absolutely one of the worst Shadow ideas. People say it's thematic, but that's not saying much when every other Ryuko and Shadow matchup is also thematic. And if not more, like, look me in the eyes and tell me that Soul or Vincent are less thematic than Ryuko, because I can tell you right now, that is just straight up false. Next up is the animation. Oh my god, the animation is, or the dynamic at least, is fucking horrible. It is one of the reasons I do not like this idea in general. The idea of it is so fucking shit, where I would rather watch Zuko versus Todoroki over again. Vincent has Vash. Why? That idea is worse. I don't know. I don't get that one. Other than it's like, oh, they look similar. They use similar weapons, therefore the same character. like the same character. Shadow and Vincent and Saul are literally the same characters. I would post the connections to both of those matchups, but guess what? If I did, I guess not guess one, but if I did, YouTube would not let me because the comments, because of how big the comments can be. I would Not only that though, comparing their arsenals, Ryuko brings nothing interesting to bounce off Shadow whatsoever. She has two main methods of attacking. Oh, sorry, actually three methods of attacking. Got sword swing, shock waves, and spikes. I guess you could count a blade swings like or some shit, but like that. But that's it. And then you look at Shadow, and it's like this dude's got the entire kitchen sink. Why put someone who has all this stuff to work with versus someone who has a minuscule arsenal? It's not interesting. And I think the most annoying thing, the thing that pisses me off the most about this episode, is how they treated both characters. Ryuko was out of character, Shadow was out of character, and then you have the fact that fucking music, while it's good, while it's very good, does not fit the track at all. Listen to like All Hail Shadow and Don't Lose Your Way, and it doesn't even compare to this. Then there's also the fact that they lowballed Shadow again, which to be fair, they did give him better treatment than almost any Sonic character has gotten in the show's history. So I'll give credit to that. But they lowballed him into oblivion and said that super form was like planetary, which is wrong. It's just so. Then there's the fact that the rest of the episode is so forgettable that I don't even remember half the stuff they said about Shadow or Ryuko. I just remember the puberty joke, but that was basically it. So let me go ahead and rephrase that. Or so let me go ahead and just recap. You have awful connections. You have shit tier. How did I pause that? You have a shit tier connections. You have awful animation potential. You got a boring ass outcome too. Which another thing about this episode is that there was no debate to it. Literally everyone agreed Shadow obliterates her in base, mind you. It's just like so boring. It's nothing, and it didn't even do Shadow right. It lowballed him, and I was hoping that they would just go all out with it. It's gonna be his last time on the show's history, but no. We're gonna lowball him to make this seem like a close fight when it really wasn't. That's just what pisses me off, man. That's another thing too. Yes, I do know it's a thing. Peter vs. Homer, on. It's decent, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Oh, who is Mewtwo's best matchup? Technically, Shadow is Mewtwo's best matchup. It's the same character, but that ship has sailed. That's doo doo. This is trash. I don't even know who that is. I know who that is, but I don't know the name of that thing. And I already know. And I already know I hate it. So. Yes, they made Shadow a large planet, except that's also inaccurate as fuck. Especially when super forms are like Galaxy to Uni. He did have his best in the form of Mewtwo, but that matchup ended up being ass cheap, unfortunately. Alright, I'm neutral on this one. Jafar versus Maleficent, I get it, but I'm gonna just pass on it. Ace versus Michael. Ooh, an idea I also like. Yes, I agree with Mario vs. Sonic 2019. Oh, sorry, Gumball. Let me check real quick. Oh yeah, I should mention for Bendy versus Cuphead. Gumball, you bring up a good point. Uh, Gumball brought up a good point about Bendy versus Cuphead. In Bendy versus Cuphead, you would have to focus on comic Bendy in order to get the cartoonish side, which is not even his most recognizable part of his media. Okay, so that's Jin, so we're already gonna put that there. Why? Youngs, don't use a matchup from 7 years ago. Use something recent if you want to criticize that shit. Joker vs. Dorno. I'm gonna piss a ton of people off right now. I'm putting this right here. Oh wait, is Ghost Rider vs. Spawn on here? Oh look, another matchup I could put in the shit trash tier. Yeah, I like no straight or no, yeah, no straight roads. I believe is what it's called. Yeah, it's a good, it's good, it's a good game. I prefer it. The massive legacy matchup, yeah, and it's never gonna happen this season. Like straight up, I will bet money there is not gonna be a single another comic book episode. Yeah, Joker vs. Jorno is pretty cool. I like it over Jorno's other ideas. Juggernaut versus Hermione. Well, obviously, we gotta make another tier here. Clearly, oh wait. Yes, we're gonna call it the Juggernaut tier. There we go. Perfect. Clearly, this is above everything. Alright, Melina versus Jury. Awful. Yes. What I think is winning the next matchup? Probably. It's a toss up, but I think Tony's gonna win, which is gonna be amazing. Because we got Doom and Tony coming back, and they coming back again straight win streaks, which is amazing. Oh, Yol the Doof. I just realized. I just remembered something. I just had a big brain. I'm like, I was thinking to myself one day. I'm like, if they don't do Galactus Unicron this year, they could do Goku versus Superman 3 as the finale. This one's going here because one is just boring as shit. Spawn is fighting Ghost Rider. Doubtful. I absolutely doubt they would bring Ghost Rider back. One, so early. Two, that he has nothing new to offer since his last episode came out. And three, Spawn has way better. I would take Demi-Fiend over that, and I don't like Demi-Fiend. I mean, Goku vs. Superman 3 happening would make a lot of sense, especially this year. It's one of the most legacy episodes to their show. Why the fuck would they not do it? Oh, Wesker vs. Kazuya. Utterly base. Payroll's not very base. Joke vs. Lightning. I'm indifferent to it. Ghost Rider Spawn is also a legacy matchup. That don't mean shit. That doesn't mean shit. Day before Death even existed doesn't matter. You can say that a lot about a lot of things. I can say that about Freddy versus Scarecrow. That thing's been debated since 2006. Oh yeah, Spawn dies in almost every matchup he's put in. He dies the Ghost Rider horribly. He dies the Doomslayer horribly. And he dies the Demi-Fiend. So, take that what you will. It's a lot closer than Doomslayer? No, it isn't. Nightshade, it is about as a stomp. If not, it's actually more of a stomp than Ghost Rider. Bruh, Spawn slaps it. No, he doesn't. Slayer is straight up stronger. This one I'm neutral on. Get it, but I'm... Actually, I'm gonna put this in eh. I understand it's Marvel vs. DC and it's very popular, but not super good. In my opinion. I like Leatherhead versus Killer Croc, and I want Lizard to fight someone else, like a Man-Bat. Godspawn is non-standard as fuck. So no, they can't give him it. Oh, right, yo, I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot. Venom also murders him. Doesn't nearly have as much hacks. Cool, Doomslayer is multi-plus in both AP and durability, and he blocks pretty much a decent portion of his hacks. Another thing, too, is that Spawn can't kill Slayer, no matter how much he tries. Alright, Luffy versus Plastic Man. I'm putting this one in my second top tier. It's not my favorite Luffy idea. Spawn is also multi-plus. No, he isn't. He's uni-plus. No, Kratos does not beat Spawn. Okay, he beats Kratos. That's his one win. It's one. Anyway, so I like Luffy versus Marvelous the most, but I do think this is a good alternative. Yeah, now we're talking about how Doomslayer murders Spawn. Spawn downplay disgust me. Hey, look, an insult. Someone who can't fucking can't give evidence. Wow, shocker. Anyway, so Luigi vs. Pac-Man I like. It's got a good theme to it, and I find it interesting. Alternate multiverse? Not really. There are definitely a good portion of people who agree with me, but go ahead and use a fallacy. I'm still waiting for my evidence of Spawn being multi-plus. Anyway, Lupin versus Sly. I actually like this idea. A friend of mine pitched it to me, and I thought it was cool. Better than Rouge, in my opinion. Venom solos your favorite verse. Medic versus Mercy. Absolute awful. It is Overwatch versus TF2. That's all I need to say. Time frame, which is infinite. There's no proof that the universes in Spawn or in the Spawn verse are infinite. There's only a statement for it. That's so vague it hurts. It's also worth pointing out too, that would just get Quincy, so it's not infinite in speed. Bobby Gon Satan. Yes, but it was he did that via a non-standard power he has. He killed Malvosia, I'll give him that. But that's not exactly as impressive. Base Spawn, not counting Hell King, is Solar System. Hell King is Uni Plus. Oh, hi Drippo. Welcome to the funny stream, where we talk about matchup. Anyway, I guess while I'm here, I'm gonna put this in here as well. Overwatch versus TF2 is just absolute ass. Yeah, King in Black Venom is like an abstract because of null scaling. Alright, next up, Mysterio vs. Scarecrow. This one is the least shittiest I've seen, but it's still bad. Aiden, I don't agree with Venom vs. Corona, at least not right now. Also, I find it hilarious. I should also bring this up. Even if you put... I'll bring up one last thing for Spawn. Even if you put Spawn at multi-plus and infinite speed, which are same stats as Slayer, by the way. Slayer can't die. He actually cannot die. Spawn has no way to kill him or put him down permanently. First was Ness. I am neutral. Not much to say about it. That was base. No, it was not base spawn, but alright. Anyway, Vader vs. Obito. Very cool. Best Vader matchup overall. And I take it. Rosalina vs. Palutena. Garbo. Wait a minute, I just realized. Been here for a while. It's... Voldemort can't die. Multiverse, do you even know Doom lore? I'm just curious if you know Doom. Because that when I say he can't die, I mean he can't die. Respawning in Doom is considered canon. Where are these specifics match? Oh, hi, Red Runner. We're special too. Anyway. I'm not sure. I don't know. I just found this tier list online, so... Anyway, we got Marvin versus Piccolo. I actually liked it. It's not my favorite for Martian Manhunter. Your spawn downplay disgusts me, yeah, and your lack of knowledge on Doomslayer disgusts me. Anyway, what I mean by that is that respawning is considered canon. Slayer has weapons that bypass Spawn's regen and his resistances, so he basically gets fucked over. Wait, does Swampert win this? I thought Blaziken won. Huh. Alright, I'm winning that neutral though. Same for this one. I understand them, but eh. About the respawn? So basically it turns out there was in the guidebook for one of the Doom games basically stated Slayer literally, when he dies, he just comes back when he gets eviscerated by a demon. Meaning that he literally is too angry to die, which is funny, which is extremely hilarious. No, it wasn't. People have not debunked that. I don't know where... People tried to, from what I remember, but they really have not done a good job. The only thing I've seen for it being, quote, debunked is that hyperbole, which I don't know why you would try and argue that. Kraven vs. Predator. I'm Neutron. Nah, Ghost Rider gets higher than Herald with Zarathos, but anyway. Speaking of Marvel, Dredd vs. Punisher is amazing. I want it to happen one of these days. Dark Pit versus Roxas. You. Okay, Popeye versus Saitama. Very base. I think it's Saitama's best. Oh god, my stream is lagging. Okay. Gumball, I know you like Psyche K, which I will say is a good alternative. But it ain't topping Popeye, man. It's Popeye. Madoka versus Sailor Moon, I'm indifferent to. I don't really care about either, but I think it's better than fucking Seiya, that's for sure. Same versus Chief. Very cool. I like the site. That's your vibe character I can take seriously emotionally. Why? That's like Saitama's whole thing is him being a goofy ass motherfucker in almost any scene. Like, look me in the eyes and tell me that you don't get a laugh out of Saitama in any scene in One Punch Man. Gumball, that sounds horrible for a Saitama matchup. No offense. Oh look, it's the overrated song, which I won't go into right now. Sand versus Judge. I like it, but not that much. I like kind of versus Nickelodeon is fine, but I'm not clamoring for it, I guess. Zen versus Crypto, very top tier. Final versus Zatanna, also top tier. Good doo doo. This one goes in here. This one also goes. I don't like Power Girl versus Shifu. Shifu is Splinter. I like it, but not that much. This is Will of the Drill. Shantae versus Shovel Knight. I don't care for it. Jack versus Sully. Don't care for it either. Joke versus Trunks. I actually like this thing. Oh, sorry. I was looking at Discord real quick. So one of my friends sent me something. A screenshot of him in a casual game of TF2. Oh no, Grant, that's an unpopular opinion. I'm sorry. Wait, what? Hold up. What do you mean unpopular? Was it me putting Shovel Knight and Shantae in the ad tier? Anyway, Zero vs Midnight, absolute garbage. Doing Beta Ray Bill. Oh, Silver versus Trunks. Yeah, no, I know it's unpopular, but it's Trunks' best, man. I'll take it. Kyle versus Simone. Oh, the funny music we're listening to right now. That one's going in. Where did I put that one? I'm gonna put this one in. Just to piss. If you want me to actually piss people off, I'm gonna put it here. Gumball, did you just fucking switch from Riku versus Meta Knight to Riku versus Zero? Anyway, Spider-Verse Ladybug, also Garbo. I want, if Peter did come back, I would like him to get a person that's not an obscure French character from a cartoon for kids. No offense, but Ladybug sounds so boring. And to be fair, it's not the worst idea I've heard for Miraculous Ladybug. Thor versus... I like it. It just sounds cool. I like a Thor W. Three more matchups. Alright, let's just beat through these. That's going in shit. This one's also going in shit. And then this one's also going in the trash tier. The reason this is in trash tier because Jack is just boring. Oh no. Yo! Okay, we're good. I thought the stream crashed for a second. I'm like, wait a minute. No, this is the tier list. Let me do some organizing real quick. I would probably put Goku here. Ventress Punisher is very high tier. It's one of my most wanted. Vader Obito is also one of my most wanted. I'll put this here for now. I'll put this here. And I'm gonna go ahead. Oh yeah, I forgot about that fucking kid. That cockroach of a being. Oh yeah, I forgot. Thor beat Galactus in the Black Winter, who was above Galactus. Oops. I'm gonna drop my phone. Okay. Let's see here. I'm just organizing this tier list now. Let's see. I'll probably put Jimmy versus Dexter. This one is definitely above. Ace versus Kamina. You mean Ace from One Piece versus Kamina from Gurren Lagann? Oh no, I don't like Kamina versus Ace. I'd rather do Gyro versus Kamina. It's, yeah. I would do like this. Yeah, that works for me. Promare. Shock, I like Promare. Fuck you. That shit was fun. Because Yugi versus Ash is shit, that's why. What the? I don't know why I have four versions of that in my. Shock got the most based opinions on the planet. You have very good taste. Anyway, uh, that's gonna stay there. That's the best one out of all of this. This one's gonna go the lowest. Not super invested in it. Oh, put that there. Like this one. Luffy here. Actually, I think I put Luffy here. Who fucking sent me the dying is gay, I'm out, June, Halo Reach meme? God, why the fuck am I getting so many MasterChef memes? Anyway, this is good. And then I'm not gonna organize these because I absolutely don't give a fuck. Actually, the only one I would put there. Bam, done. All right. And we're done. Yeah. Go ahead and get the tier list, and we can put it in a. I don't care for Jack the Dog versus Plastic Man. And I hate Deku matchups, so. Worst matchup I've ever seen? Not sure. Red, that's fucking true. I don't know why, but like Luffy's got no good matchups. He got maybe two decent ones and one okayish one. Like Marvelous and Plastic Man are pretty good, but then you have Torko, and I'm just sitting there like, why? Yeah, I mean, Luffy and Plastic Man can bounce pretty well off each other in terms of like interactions and shit. So I have no problems with it. Okay, there we go. I was trying to get the tier list to open up. Anyway, this is the tier list. Ooh, God. Uh, Augustin, what is multi-plus versus multi-continent? It's a shame Spawn only has one good matchup in the form of Doomslayer. What time is it? Spawn versus Darkrai. Alright, I think I'm going to end because I got nothing else. Because we're basically done. I'll probably post this somewhere. I'm not sure where. Maybe I'll post it on Twitter. But alright, well I will see you guys the next stream. It'll probably be Doom Eternal again.